Hello my fellow designers, welcome back to D-Life HD. This is Victor, and today we're going to be returning to Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I wanted to make a video and discuss a particular early game battle that I really enjoyed and stands out to me amongst the others. It'll be a more laid-back discussion video about how this battle fared compared to the others and why I enjoyed it so much. Of course, this is an early game battle, so there will really not be any major spoilers ahead unless you haven't played the first couple battles in the game and you are waiting to start it, so if that's who you are, maybe hold back. But if you've already started the game, then you've more than likely done this battle. So without any further delay, let's jump right into it. So Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity starts with two major battles, one at Hyrule Field and then one in a more canyon type place where you go off and fight a guardian, and from there, similarly to how actual Breath of the Wild is, you have the option to go off to all four of the champions' realms, and that is Rivali and up in the more snow region. Then you have Daruk's lava and volcano area, and you have Mipha's rainy Zora's domain area, and finally, the one we're going to be discussing today is Urbosa and the Gerudo Desert section of the game. I actually ended up doing this one last because I did it in the same order that I did the champions in Breath of the Wild itself, which I went Rivali, Mipha, Daruk, and then Urbosa last. So I ended up going that order again, and to be completely honest, I think that Urbosa's battle has been my favorite battle amongst all of the entire battles in the entire game. It was really interesting to be introduced to her character for the first time within this setting, but also the way that the battle is organized is, I think, completely flawless. You start off the battle in this very expansive desert section, which if you've played Breath of the Wild, you know exactly what I'm talking about, as you approach the Gerudo town itself, and it's very open compared to the rest of the maps. I think it's comparable to the first battle you do at Hyrule Field, which is very open. But yeah, this one is just a very wide open desert section, and it doesn't completely explain why, but you're being attacked by the Gerudo guards, so people that are supposed to be on your team. So you're having the opportunity to fight a enemy type that you really haven't got to in the past. As I said, this is really early game, so this is really the only time that you really get to fight the Gerudo guards. Normally you'd be fighting like the Bokoblins and other basic enemies of that nature, and a few other times you have the opportunity to fight bigger bosses, but you don't really ever fight people that are on your own team. And so I like, even though it's kind of like this awkward story beat where they have to kind of force a narrative that allows you to fight somebody that you normally wouldn't, I think it works really well here because you don't know why you're having to fight these Gerudo guards because they're supposed to be on your team. But it all makes sense going forward when you actually get to finish the story beats of the mission itself. So you make your way along, you're fighting these different types of Gerudo guards, as I previously stated, that you normally wouldn't be, and finally you make it to the Gerudo town itself, and you get to actually fight Gerudo town bosses, and so there are these more powerful versions of the guards, and they work similarly to the way that the other bosses work, where you have to take down a stamina bar and then you can use a weak point attack where it takes out a huge chunk of their health bar, or maybe it completely eliminates them depending on what type of boss they are and how powerful you are depending on your rank and what weapon you're using. But you take out a couple of these guards and you're trying to make your way to the center of the town where the throne room is, because you want to get in contact with Urbosa and figure out, hey, why are your guards attacking me? We're here to work with you because of the calamity that's going on in the story of Breath of the Wild. So finally you press forward and you make contact with Urbosa in the throne room. and something seems completely off, and she orders the guards to attack you, but then suddenly Urbosa herself falls down on the ground being electrocuted, and you see a second Urbosa come in from behind you. And anybody who's played Breath of the Wild knows that there is a certain type of character that likes to duplicate and pretend to be other characters, and that is the Yiga clan group of enemies. And the Yiga clan's leader has actually taken the place of Urbosa and commands the guards to go out and attack you. And to be 100% honest, I wasn't particularly trying to figure out why they were attacking me. I was more just playing along and enjoying the battle. But once that happened, I was like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense. And then it goes into a second story beat where you unlock Urbosa herself, who is not my favorite champion. Rivali is my favorite champion. But in this setting of Hyrule Warriors, I think she is, outside of Link, my favorite character to play. I definitely prefer a more traditional swordsman, which is what a lot of her attacks are, but also she pairs them with these grand lightning strikes and has this sort of ability to charge up her lightning, so you have to conserve it and use it when you're fighting a more powerful enemy, and you just got to make those quick split-second decisions, and it's extremely fun to play her. And so you really get to run through the town and finally fight other types of Yiga clan soldiers, because at that point their leader has them all come in. So from here on out you're going and you're fighting the Yiga clan soldiers themselves, and so you really get to test out Urbosa, and that was just so much fun because, like I said, she's one of my favorite characters to play in this game, and it was the first introduction section to learning how to play her. Finally, to wrap up sort of this discussion, talking about this awesome battle that I got to experience in this game, you go back out into the big open desert section, and you're trying to raid different camps. But if you're keen and you don't play by the rules similar to the way I do, a Molduga spawns at this point. And Molduga is this giant creature, this giant monster that you can fight in Breath of the Wild, and he's a boss in this game. And if you're just kind of playing this level at the normal level that you would that it recommends, then you are not equipped to fight Molduga. And that was where I was. And it tells you, hey, Molduga's here to just mess things up. Don't worry about him. He's kind of just a hindrance to your main objective, which is to raid these camps and make sure that you have full control over the battlefield. But of course, as I said, I don't necessarily play by the rules in video games, and so I decided, alright, I'm going to eliminate Molduga and see what I get. And I know that in regular Breath of the Wild, you get tons of rare parts from Molduga and lots of awesome equipment. And so I said, alright, I'm underleveled and I don't have much health left, and so I commanded all the rest of my characters to go out into the other sections of the map. I think I had Link and Rivali equipped at that point to go raid the maps, and I, Urbosa, went out and slayed the Molduga, even though I wasn't supposed to, and I was really underleveled, and it was just a glorious moment in the game and felt super rewarding because I kind of had to grind at him because I was underleveled, and it took a while, but finally it paid off when I slayed him, and I got lots of rare parts from him, and it was just an awesome, awesome moment. And I kind of got distracted in that sense and was like, alright, I beat Molduga, level's over. But then I realized, wait, I'm low on health, and I'm not really equipped to finish the level, and I'm sure there's going to be another boss at the end of the level, and I had gotten completely distracted at that point and kind of forgot to conserve all of my items that I needed to go and finish the level. But thankfully it worked out well, and I was able to complete the level, and it was just a wonderful and glorious battle, and it's the one that sticks out most as I look back on this awesome game that we got from Nintendo. This battle sticks out amongst the rest, and if you haven't got a chance to play the game, I would highly recommend that you pick up a copy and look forward to doing this epic battle and doing the rest of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, because it has a lot of massive war fun to be had, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. We love talking to you guys. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like these. Also, check the description for a link to our community Discord. Lastly, check our Twitter account for gameplay on the latest releases. But most importantly, always remember to stay 1-up.